Hello, good evening. Well, welcome. Welcome to our very first live broadcast. This is ABN AMRO live broadcast investment class. If you guys don't know who I am Amir Kalihan. I am the chief analyst here. I've been talking to you online for the longest, in the group for the longest time, and I knew a lot of the older members too. However, lately we gained a lot of new members, so we're definitely going to tell you a little more about us both. We are going to be doing the live broadcast for twice a week, we have decided. So let's try to get it on, right? All right. So we have prepared a lot of content for all of you. First of all, since this is the first class here, so we have the well, actually, it's not really the first class. It's like the first broadcasting because we basically have class every, like 5 nights a week. But yeah, so we have, well, we do talk for the new members, we want to introduce a company to you. So what we are, what we stand for, and what is our purpose here, what's our mission statement. There are two things we want to do here. And then we have financial news. So I'm going to go over some of the big companies, and you will find out very soon that we only go over the large caps and mega caps. We try to stay away from the small company. And later on, we'll definitely go talk about that. And it's about how are we going to achieve long-term sustainable profit, right? And then afterwards, we will do market analysis, both on stock market and also we on the cryptocurrencies. And then we will go over our lucky draw. Yes, this lucky draw is huge and you're gonna love it. And then later on, we'll do some education, so how are we gonna achieve our long-term stable, sustainable profit in the stock market? Because right now we are focusing on stock market, and lately it's been good. I have to say it's been good. All my picks, well, I can say it's my picks. Is the AI picks, right? They are all doing really good. So let's get things started with the introduction of our company. So what are we? So we are ABN AMRO Investment Solutions. Well, we are the asset management company for ABN AMRO Bank. So it serves we serve international clients as well as the external clients, and we serve all the clients. So the development of the purpose of the proposal range is based and not only on the skills of our experts, but also on delegated profile management. So anyway, we set off to be we gotta meet the ESG. Meeting ESG is not even an option. It's not a trend or the option. It's a requirement for us. So ABN AMRO Investment Solution is actively contributing to the transition of clients to a sustainable approach and to spread our ethical practice throughout the market. So anyway, our purpose, basically, this is what we do. We want to establish us in the U.S. market. All right. At the same time, we want to try to provide with our clients with more professional service and more profit opportunity. So, and that is one of our purpose here to establish in the United States. And then we have another purpose, and then we have been talking about this is our AI algorithm system. We have been developing this for a long time, for the last 5 years, and we have been feeding the LLM with all the information. We've been training it for a long time. In the beginning, we experienced some hurdles. There's something called AI hallucinations, which means that our AI doesn't really know what to think yet in the beginning. However, after 5 years, we've been feeding we're feeding the LLM with the right training, with the right materials, with the right data. So. And then especially this year, and then you probably, because all our stock picks are picked by our AI algorithm system. So, Anyway, so this is another purpose of ours is to train our AI algorithm system within the United States. So and it is powerful. It is and it's proved already to you, all our members, because we have been doing our stock picks with them and it's been doing great. And the thing is, we are taking one step before everybody. So anyway, let's go over a little details of the system. So the system can seamlessly process a large amount of complex data and identify that data patterns and relationship when involving a large amount of variables and complex associations. So the system can collect news and data of listed companies in real time. So after scanning and also analyzing the big data and using a large number of functions, it can discover trading signals in advance with success rate over 85%. This is 85% that we're talking about, so which is phenomenal. Capturing data opportunity, the trading opportunities, and being one step ahead. It also has functions of intelligent stock analysis. So our system is widely used in the financial market. It can not only just select the buying or selling opportunities of a stock, right? It also do a very objective and accurate stock analysis, so it can make more objective and consistent decisions based on data and predefined algorithm to avoid human bias and emotion. So that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, is just having the right mindset that we have always been talking about. We want you to get into the market and not be scared. So having AI is on our side, helping us out. So we kind of we can eliminate those things. But however, towards the end of the day, we are the one who is buying and selling. We are the ones who are making the trading decisions. So that's why we still have to develop a mindset. So, but anyway, so this is what our company is about. We're trying to have our footstep in the U.S. market, and then we try to develop our AI algorithm system. So then we can better serve our members like you guys. So anyway, but this AI algorithm system is more than just stock market. Okay, we are talking about bond market. Well, it's closed today, and futures. We're talking about FX. We talk about crypto. As you know, we are very picky when it comes to investment. So we only pick and choose our battle. So we just choose stock market and also the crypto market, and we got data sometimes we got data from the AI system telling us that bond market, futures, FX, we have opportunities. Yes, especially lately, but we want to just focus on certain things, just like we only focus on stocks. We only focus on a certain kind of stock that we are going to talk about towards the end of the broadcast. All right. So now let's get started and let's go over our finance news. This week is going to be very exciting because all the big banks is going to be reporting their quarterly earning reports. So yeah, and they are all doing good so far. Today's Monday. Sorry about. I do have to apologize. It is Happy Columbus Day, long weekend, and I do appreciate showing up to my broadcast, my very first broadcast. And even though it's a long weekend, I understand, and I got members saying that I disappeared. Like I wasn't. I was just working on this broadcast. Working on this broadcast system. Just want to make sure it's perfect. All right. So anyway, let's get things started. I will have a lot of data with a lot of banks. I only pick the banks that they are the leader in the market, in the sector, in the industry. And usually I would only pick the large caps and then mega caps, all the leaders of the sector. So anyway, let's take a look at it. Let's look at some of the banks that already have their report. And some other banks, they will have, the rest of them should be having it tomorrow and Wednesday. So we are going to be, if everything goes smoothly, we should have our next broadcast Wednesday, so we'll go over more data. You never know. We might have some we might have some good recommendations for our portfolio, right? So anyway, let's get into that. The first one we go talk about, of course, is J.P. Morgan. We have J.P. Morgan is looking real good. Well, why do I pick J.P. Morgan to talk about? First of all, well, they have the quarterly earnings last like Friday. So anyway, they're doing good. And then let's look into the report. So it's report J.P. Morgan Chase has reported a higher than expected net interest income, and this is what everybody's talking about. The reason why it has to do with we just cut our rates. So then the net interest income, the NNI, there's going to be some changes on there because like when you lower the interest rates, then we have the mortgage rate is going to be lower, but the thing is the deposit rate is going to be lower too. So your income is going to be a little lower. However, that your expenses is going to be a little lower too. So if you don't know what the NNI is, well, the NNI is basically the difference between what it pays, like, for the deposit, the banks pay for the deposit, and also like, and the earnings from the loans. So that's the difference. So anyway, the NII, well, the NII is of like, is $23.5 billion. And then the estimate was 22.8 billion. So then it beats the estimates. So which is good. The net income meanwhile grew 12.9 billion, topped the expectation, thanks to higher revenues and also improve the cost savings. But the number dropped by 2% comparing to last year. So it is doing good, but it's like less than last year. But the thing is, the market from the beginning of this year is kind of volatile. So and well, for the last few weeks, it's just been great. However, of course, we have the war over in the Middle East. We have to worry about that, and then we have all this international things that we have to deal with. So anyway, we are doing good right now. So in the current quarter, that J.P. Morgan said that expected the NII to decline slightly, 22 to 22.9 billion dollars, bringing the annual total of about 92.5 billion dollars. The NII came in 89.7 billion in last year, the last fiscal year, and it's just crazy. It's already a year already. So anyway. JP Morgan Chase, why do I want to talk about this? Because you can invest in JP Morgan Chase, you can invest in Bank of America. Because like I'm going to tell you, throughout later all our broadcasts, I will probably go over the concept. A lot of people think about, we are investing in the stock market, we are investing in cryptos, Forex. But there's some things called trading and some things called investing. So we always want to invest with the best. And JP Morgan Chase is it is the biggest bank in the United States. So yeah, that's a reason why we talk about. Well, actually, it's the largest U.S. lender by assets in the United States. So yep. So always going to go for the first, and for me, Bank of America is one more thing too. But they're going to supposed to have their earnings out soon, so we're definitely going to talk about it next time. So the next one we're going to talk about is BNY. BNY also beat the profit of the third quarter estimate as well on Friday. So boosted by a higher investment service fees. They have been, for this investment bank or this investment institute, they have been increasing their service fees. So then, the thing is, for us, like if I'm their clients, if you're making money for me, you're just gonna make more fees. I don't think it's gonna be anything, and it's gonna matter at all, right? So anyway, the high investment fees as the assets under its custody and administration exceeded, check this out, the 50 trillion mark for the first time. The stock right now is is $76.51. It came up around 3% today, and then it went up another 2%. So it just keep going up, right? So the bank's fees typically calculate as a percentage of the asset under custody, and then benefit from the market rally that boosted their value as well as the acquisition of new clients. So economic resilience and expectation of an interest rate cut cycle, which began in the final month of the quarter, it's just going to prompt clients to keep up their investment activities and boost that BNY's bottom line. So the world's largest custodian banks share were last up 1.4% in the pre-market trading, and then afterwards it jumped to 3%. And then today it just jumped over 3%. Today it was looking real good. And not just BNY. Other banks too. Basically all the bank stocks were up. So that's why we can see the stock market is kind of going up, because every one of them is going to be up. And then more banks is going to report it, and then those are big banks as well. So anyway, they're talking about NII as well. So NII spread between the earnings from the assets and the cost of the liabilities also jumped 3% as yield from the BNY's bond investment, offsetting the impact of the higher deposit costs. And analysts has expected a 1.3% drop in NII according to the estimates of the London Stock Exchange Group. So that is BNY. The next one I'm going to go over is BlackRock. Well, BlackRock, so what is it about this company? Well, of course, BlackRock is the biggest asset managing company in the world. And then I don't even have to look into the numbers, because they just have to report one thing. They have, is about their asset they're managing. So the assets managed by BlackRock last year was $9.1 trillion. Last quarter is $10.65 trillion. And now it is 11.48. So you're just saying 11.5. So just from last quarter to this quarter, they gained almost $1 trillion in assets they manage. So their stock today count went up to over $1,000. So right now it's $991. It's kind of flat today, but it came as soon as it came out this morning. It just went over $1,000. I just saw over $1,000. So that is insane. But how? How can they gain so much so fast? Well, first of all, with all these assets they manage for their clients, this company, the market caps of this company, well, of course they have all this spread all over the place, but just BLK, BlackRock BlackRock, this company, the market caps is looking at $140 billion, maybe 150 now. But the thing is, just think about how can they gain so much assets. They can the manageable assets. How can they gain so much in such a short time? And let me give you an example too. They just did acquisition. Not like it was last week. I mean, they had been playing this for a long time, but they just completed the acquisition of $12.5 billion of the GIP partners, right? However, because of the $12.5 billion acquisition, they gained over $100 billion of assets to the company. So that's how he does it. He used the client's money to make money for them. So they buy off other companies. So then the companies have a lot of assets in there. So that's how they build it. Maybe this is a formula. And then as the CEO said, their strategy is very ambitious now. I mean, it's just, and it's working. It's definitely, it's like they want to turn their platform into like all-in-one platform for the investors, for integrating public and private markets. So anyway, this is definitely the company we want to keep an eye on. The next one will be the very famous Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. However, Berkshire Hathaway has been in the market. They are selling mostly. It's been on news. Berkshire Hathaway, they have the Class A, Class B stocks. Class A stock is close to $70,000 a shares, and then the Class B is around 400 something dollars. But anyway, they have been selling Bank of America shares for the last few months, and I'm telling you, it's not because Bank of America shares is not good. I would, if for long-term investment is something that I'm just going to leave for my pensions, I will definitely buy Bank of America. But however, then why is he selling? Well, the reason why is that because the price right now is good. A lot of times we'll find out is that when people are selling, big companies selling, it's not because they are falling. No, it's a lot of times that because they are to a certain point, we always buy when they're undervalued. We always try to sell if they are overvalued. So this is the classic example. Because let's get back to what we talked about before. It's talked about the mindsets, right? So the mindset is important. So that's why a lot of people. That's why, I see members wanted to trade BTC together with us, with the older members. But a lot of times that we have been trading together so we have a basic understanding of each other. It's about they basically have the same mindset. So that's why when it's falling, we are not trying to sell. Most people, when it's fall, the stock price is falling, they try to sell. When they're going up, they're trying to buy. That is definitely the wrong mindset. All right. So anyway, we'll talk more about it. We have a lot of chance now because we're doing a lot of broadcasts, and of course, we're going to talk about it in the group too. So if you have any questions, you can leave it on the comments, or we can just go in the investment group, and then you can kind of leave some comments on there too. So anyway, as of just happened that now before, in the beginning of this year, Berkshire Hathaway owns a 13.9% of Bank of America, which makes them the biggest shareholder of Bank of America. However, now they sold their stake. Now they only have 10.1% left. So it's still a lot. It's still a lot. So anyway. As of today, the stock right now for Bank of America is $41.91. When Warren Buffett was selling it, it was around $39. It came up already, and the stock is going to look even better because of earnings going to look good. So that's Berkshire Hathaway. The next one, Tesla, Magnificent Seven. October 10th, it was the day it was being promised by Elon Musk, because last time 2 months ago, August, he was going to give us robotaxi and did it. He was going to give us the humanoid. He did it. But anyway, he promised it's going to be October 10th, and he did deliver yesterday. And it was just the feeling was mixed. It's totally mixed. We have people loving it, but we have people say it's just weird. So anyway, the few things that came out, I feel very interesting. Well, they have the robotaxi finally come out. He calls it the cyber cab. 2-seater Caesar's door, looks really awesome, but it's only for two person, and there's no steering wheel. So basically, you just tell the car where to go. And the best part about that is that it's going to be start production like 2020, like maybe 25, 26, and then we probably not going to get it in a couple of years. So, however, the cool thing about this is this is not just for drivers. This is also you can invest into that, so you can actually buy a cyber cab. So then, if you're not using it, you can have your car doing Uber for you and make money. So, which is really cool. There's not only just that 2-door for the sitting for 2-person. Also introduced this robo van that sits like 12-person, or maybe you can just do you can just transfer cargos with that. That one I'm not very sure about the price yet. And then they also gives us that the Model 3 and Model Y by next year, I believe it's by next year, they supposed to FSD supposed to be working really with no exist, but right now because it was like an exist driving, but it's not really like a full self drive, right? So anyway, so they supposed to have this have this running over in California and Texas next year. Also, they brought other humanoids. They were doing bartending. They were just showing off, and that price is going to be for the humanoids going to be between $20,000 to $30,000, which is wow. But they probably have to test it out for two more years. This is something that it just almost all of a sudden like, it just came out of a movie. Remember the movie? I don't know if you have watched it yet. The movie I, Robot. It was like that. It's basically like that. But and think about this too. These humanoids are AI as well. So they are also learning every day when they are practicing this stuff, when they're trying to gather more information. So things is just gonna keep improving. And the craziest thing for this week, actually it wasn't last week, was this week. Well, we have the SpaceX program. We just have the rockets came back to, it just recovered by itself. So it was a crazy thing. But that is another thing. It has to do with the robot, the Tesla robot. Because they are being tested, there are some things that's being tested on humans. That's what I have heard. I'm not sure it's very true or not because it wasn't in like, in like mass media. What it says is that Elon Musk is developing a link. It just has to do with your brain. You just kind of like implant something in your brain, and then it can control electronics basically. So, and then they might be using the limbs of the robot and then put in the people that it needs. So it's just an totally different thing. I will try to get as much information as possible and find out that it is true. But if it is true, because on that news they had already said that someone is already doing that. So anyway, it's something crazy. It's just out of a movie, so a sci-fi movie. So that is Tesla. Tesla is kind of flat today. You're at $219.16 for the stock. The next one, well, we talked about banks. Wells Fargo, I was not going to talk about it, but yeah, Wells Fargo, yeah, we kind of have to if we're going to talk about banks. So of course, the profit beats the analyst expectation for the third quarter. They was like, well, they said that, well, as it sets aside less money than expected to cover the potential loan loss, and the predicted its interest income will stabilize. So everybody talks about the net interest income is being stabilized, and sending the share up Friday, it sent the share up 6%, and then 2 days up another 2% as well. We are looking at $62.16. So the executives at the top lender have said that the U.S. consumer finance remains healthy, underpinned by a solid job market, while just activities is rebounding in the capital market as well. So the CEO, Charlie, he was saying that, Charlie Shelf, he was saying that, the U.S. economies remain strong, which I agreed. Inflation is being under control, is slowing down, and the resilient labor market is supporting the consumer spending. So anyway, NII as well is being stabilized. It would drop like by 9%, but the expected is to 8.4%. But anyway, the bank is saying that it will stabilize. So yeah, the stock kept going up, and I'm loving it. That's Wells Fargo. So now let's look into the one is Microsoft. Microsoft just got downgraded, and then it just got dropped a place. The world biggest, the most can't say biggest, the world most valuable company by market caps is number one is Apple. And then usually second and third place is usually Microsoft and Nvidia. Nvidia just went, well, the stock went up quite a bit. So Nvidia took second place today and is getting closer to Apple. And then Microsoft is back in the third place again. But Oppenheimer analysts downgraded Microsoft from outperform to perform on actually last Tuesday, starting to concern about the evaluated consensus expectation for both revenue and earnings. So why is that? Well, there are two things. There are two things that because they did that the Oppenheimer, because they did that is because first, OpenAI. OpenAI is not making money. In fact, they're making a loss of $5 billion this year. So Microsoft has always been backing OpenAI, and then they have 49% stake on that. So that is going to help. That's what they said. Oppenheimer, they were saying that it's going to hurt their financial. There's going to be a financial impact as a result. But I don't think so, because you just have to think about other things. Just think about the CapEx. The CapEx is going the CapEx is already high. I mean, another like $2.5 billion is not going to make anything. It's not going to make anything. However, they have to understand OpenAI is a company. It's almost designed that is a nonprofit. So then, but that this is the company that needs a lot of input, needs a lot of money to try to develop something that is not for today, it's for tomorrow. And OpenAI already said that, because they are already in a restructuring the company from almost like a nonprofit to a profit company. So by next year, they're already forecasting that they will start making money. So, but the thing is, I can see Microsoft, they're just trying to support this company so they can have somebody doing their stuff. Someone develop their own AI stuff, because the technology goes back to Microsoft anyway. So I feel like this is not a bad thing. But however, this is one thing that every single AI and tech company suffering is a capital expenditure. They are spending way too much on things that they can spend, but they're not making money on that yet. So we're talking about, especially AI company, they would deal, and Tesla is the same way too. Let's use Tesla as an example we were talking about. Now, they have their cyber cabs, right? They have their robo van, and they have the humanoid, right? You're not gonna see them in production, like real production, for probably another 2 years. So it means that they will put all this in research and development into these products, and no return for 2 years. So that's a capital expenditure. That's a problem they're facing. Microsoft is facing the same way too. Think about this. They are projecting they are $63 billion by 2025 with their capital expenditure, and then 14% more than this year, and then almost double from 2023. So anyway, but they are also expecting the depreciation is going to go up at 28%, so reaching $29 billion. So it's no big deal. I mean, depreciation they can accept. So anyway, so that is Microsoft and OpenAI. The last one we will go over, let's see if it's the last one. Yeah, probably. So, we just talked about NVIDIA, right? So let's talk about NVIDIA. Now it is the second most valuable company. Apple is $2.5 trillion in market caps. NVIDIA is 3.38 trillion. So it's getting there. Just give it another few percent up, and then there's NVIDIA is going to take over the world. So anyway, so we have Goldman Sachs just raised the price target from 135 to 150. Right now the stock is at 138 because it went up like almost like 2.5% today. So that's why the market cap went up quite a bit too. So the following recent investor meetings with NVIDIA's CEO, we have the Jensen Huang, and also the CFO, and also the IR representative. Goldman Sachs analysts expressed a strong confidence in NVIDIA's competitive positionings, and also the particular as inference workloads become more complex. So just put it in an easier way. NVIDIA is into a lot of different things too. They have like the domain specific libraries like the NVIDIA Parabricks used by genomics and analysis, and also the NVIDIA AI Aerial, so then which supports the cloud native 5G network. So, and also the non-GAAP EPS to estimates for 26 and 27 by 7. Well, it's going to raise by 7 to 8%. So, well, anyway, of course they can have that estimates. You know why? Because everything they have is already sold out. And recently, their stock went up too. The reason why is that the Cobos, their production just increased because TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, so they just doubled the production on the Cobos. So then, well, they can sell more. So that's why because basically whatever they have for this couple of years is all their products is already being sold out. So, well, that kind of helps them with the revenue. So then the stock can keep going up, and then it's just worth it. So that's NVIDIA. So great. So let's go into, so those are the financial news, and let's look into the market analysis. We have here today the stock market is looking quite well. So all three of the indexes continue to rise, with the Dow and also the S&P hitting a new record highs. So as the market closed, we have the Dow closed it at 43,065 points, up 0.5%. Nasdaq closed at 18,502, up 0.87%, and the S&P 500 closed at 5859, up 0.77%. So today, chip stocks and also blockchain concept too. So those blockchain concept stocks were going strong, and NVIDIA is up almost 3%, and we have Coinbase. So you guys are probably very happy about that. We have Coinbase up more than 11% today. So you don't have to worry about that, huh? Because of course this is one of our stock picks. Well, anyway, so we'll just look into the chart, all right? So, well, the stock market is going good because it has a lot to do with the bank stocks. It has a lot to do. Well, we have a lot to do with the tech, and also a lot has to do with just blockchain. They have to do with the blockchain. So a lot has to do with the crypto related stocks. Anyway, let's look into the chart for the S&P 500. It recently hit the new highs, and today it moves above the upper Bollinger Bands. So the next, we will pay attention to the direction of the Bollinger Bands opening. So we have to take a look at the width of the Bollinger Bands, and then see how when the pullbacks is going on to the support. The support level right now on the S&P 500, it is 5770 as the support level. So you can continue to hold the stock in your hands, and any stocks, just keep it. You're going to be fine, and then just wait for the rise of the sector rotation. So we'll try to explain what sector rotation is. So basically, what it is, the stock that we have picked, that we have in hands, are so diverse that it will rotate who's going to go up and who's going to go down. But in average wise, we're still going to be making money. So that is the stock market. And then we have the crypto market. So let's talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin surged to its highest level in the last 2 weeks as a mixed reaction to like the Chinese latest stimulus efforts, fueled speculations that investors will return to the cryptocurrencies instead of the Chinese stocks. So lately, I guess the Chinese has been doing the stock's been surging. So, but anyway, I don't believe it's going to surge for so long, and people will just bring back their money and put it back into the cryptocurrencies. But the crypto surge, well, it is quite interesting that things has been changing, because a lot of people see that cryptos are safe haven assets, which means that it's kind of like gold. Bitcoin is like crypto gold, right? That's what people said. Is this when the stock market is doing great, then the safe haven assets will go down, but vice versa, right? But however, lately it's not that way. It's just when we see things going up, we see the stock markets going up, and then we see the crypto market is going up at the same time. And commodities still, the gold, they are all jacking up together. So this is a quite interesting phenomenon that we haven't seen for a long time. So it means that basically, though, there's one thing we can say is that our economy is doing real good, and then well, our election, the presidential, the election is closing, it's next month. So it seems like it's swinging to Donald Trump's side. So yes. But anyway, so that's one of the reasons why too. Since the poll is for a lot of there are different polls out there, and some of them for our vice president, some of them for Donald Trump. So, but anyway, since Donald Trump is more like our crypto president, if he's going to be the president again, he's going to be the crypto president because he does believe in crypto, and of course, and there are other news too because of Mt. Gox, the crypto exchange. They are postponing the deadline of the repayment of the creditor to next year. So then they are not, so there won't be like 2.9 billions of Bitcoins not going in the market. And also that there was a rumor saying that the government is going to be offloading their Bitcoin, the cryptocurrencies reserve. They don't have a reserve, it's just they have some holdings in the government, probably from seizing from criminals and things like that. So then, and that's not happening yet. So then today, Bitcoin just surged. So we have, after rebounding from the highs like we're looking at before September 27, it went up to 66,440. A few months ago, it was 70 something. It was 71,000. But anyway, it's over. It went down to under 50,000. It came right back. So anyway, so now, right now, it's at 65,639. So we can see right now that basically 60,000 it is a support level because it already touched them the second time. So it is this support is actually quite strong. So after confirming the support, and then it rebounded quickly and rose again today. So anyway, so we'll just like 66 is going to be our resistance level. It is the upper, it's kind of, the resistance kind of hard. So because it is at the upper Bollinger Bands, and so 66,000, if it breaks that, well, the next one is going to be, the next target price, the next resistance is going to be 70,000. And it breaks that, that's going to be 75,000. So right now, long-term orders continue. Keep holding on to this because it's just going to keep going up. It should be, unless there are something happen over in the Middle East, I think. But anyway, it's looking quite well. So that is the crypto news. Now let's look into our lucky draw. So yes, it is true that all you have to do is to participate in our broadcast, and yes, you will have a chance to win all those prices, and I will go over those. But anyway, our last event is over. The giveaway, not giveaway. The giveaway event ended 13th of October, so it was yesterday. So anyway, so we are processing the people that's winning. So you will be getting the gifts. Because there were a lot of people that qualifies for the gifts. So that's why, well, it's gonna be it's a mystery gift, as I said. So then the mystery gifts you're not gonna know until you receive it. All right. So it is on their way. So let the people that we have, to process all the gifts order, and we will send it out as soon as we have it done. All right. But anyway, here is our new promotional event. So this is called, I know it's kind of lame, it's called long too, but I couldn't think of another name for that. We just call it a lucky draw, but the full event is called Join Our Live Broadcast and Win $1 million $1 million in prizes in our lucky draw. So anyway, why are we doing this? So in December 2023, ABN AMRO, our headquarters, passed an important decision to enter the US. We want to come to the US market. So through the joint efforts of our US team as of October 8th, the number of our group members in the US now is more than 50,000. It is increasing. So in order to fully establish in the US market, and also our goal is to reach 200,000 members, well, in our group as soon as possible, so then we can increase our market shares and our influence in the United States. So we also want to just lay a solid customer foundations to promote through our AI algorithm system. So we just officially launched the live investment broadcast today. So in order to celebrate this milestone, we want to express our gratitude to all our members here for all your support. Thank you so much. Without you guys, nothing like this is going to happen. So we have this event. Join our live broadcast and win $1 million in prizes in our lucky draw. So now let's look at the prizes we have for you. Yes, we have 3 Tesla Model Y prepared for you. So that's the first place. There's only 3 winners. Well, but there's only 3, so it's kind of hard to split between all of you. So anyway, so this is quite important. The prizes are limited. And if all the prizes are gone, they are gone. So anyway, so try to register as soon as possible, and I will tell you exactly what you're going to do to register, right? So we have a Tesla Model Y, 3 of them. MacBook Pro 16, that's the new ones. There's the new ones, right, with the new chips. So anyway, we got 30 of this MacBook Pro 16-inch, and we have the iPhone 16 Pro Max 1 terabytes. So we got 50 of them. iPad Pro 13-inch, 256 gigs. That 100 of them, that's the new one too. That's the one that just came out. So anyway, the 5th prize, we got 200 of them. We are giving out 200 Apple Watch Series 10 titanium 46 millimeters. So this is also the new watch as well. So, and so we still have a consolation prize for the people who actually participate. We have $25 to $200. We are giving you guys a voucher. So just to show our appreciation and to join our events. So anyway, it's easy to join. It's easy to participate in it. So all you have to do is to participate in the live broadcast like you're doing right now, and then you go take a screenshot. You take a screenshot of that, and then you go send it to my assistant, and then afterwards, and my assistant will show you how to fill out a survey, the market survey questionnaire. So once you fill it out, and you are automatically entered to the lucky draw. All right. So it is each member can only participate in the lucky draw once. You can just one member once, and then it will be randomly selected. So after the winning the prize, then my assistant will notify you winning the prize, and then afterwards, and how are you going to collect the gifts. So, and that is that. So, of course, our company reserves all rights to the final results of the lucky draw, and also the rules are subject to change, but the price probably not going to change, right? So, yes, it's free money basically. So, I'm just for us appreciating you guys. So then, yes, definitely, it's easy. You just send out the screenshots and then fill out the survey, and you are in. All right. So do it as soon as possible because prices are limited, okay? So anyway, so that's our lucky draw. And then the part 5, we are going to go over some trading strategies, basic strategies, all right? So anyway, how to achieve long-term sustainable profit in the stock market. And that's why, and then later on, I'm probably going to go over some trading and investing. But this time, I am going to talk to you about is investment, because investment is long-term, all right? So, how to achieve long-term stable profit in the stock market. There are a few things that we got to look at. Well, first of all, we got to know that stock market investing is a never-ending story. Second, the power of compound interest. Compound interest, I know is a bank term, but it is this is a concept I'm going to go over with you. It's a compound interest. So, and then afterwards, how do we select stocks? What kind of stocks do we put ourselves into, right? And then how are we going to diversify our investment and control our risk? So let's go. So well, basically, I just talked to you about it. It's a stock investment, stock market investment is an endless marathon. So it just kept going and going. So short-term fluctuations, short-term volatility doesn't really mean anything. So, but a lot of times that as soon as we start looking, as soon as we purchase the stocks, right, we kept looking at it. We kept looking at the stock quotes. We kept looking and saying how did it go up, if it go down every single minute. That is the wrong approach. If you do that, that's called day trading. You want to get out fast. So when it comes to trading, it's a little more short term, but we talk about investment. That's something that we want to. Well, it really depends on we set our time. How long do we want when this investment is going to be? But it's definitely not like today. You buy it today, you sell it like this afternoon. All right. So you have to remember, investment is for long term. And then the power of compounding interest. So this is just a concept of compound interest, which means that you earn interest on interest. So you kind of like, for the bank, usually we have simple interest, but now if you compound interest, which means that your interest that you earn will add to your principal, and it was calculated as your capital. So anyway, as your principal. So that's why that your profit will be a lot more. So in investment, it is the same way too. We want to use money to make money. So that's why it's going to be a long-term journey, and we don't have to be in a hurry to do that. But we just got to, in a way, that simple way, we just need to chill. We just need to calm ourselves down. We just need to have a strategy, what we are going to. And I have been going over with a lot of strategy. We have like the inverse pyramid the strategies. Those are the things. It's going to be very helpful. How are you going to position yourself, right? So anyway, so compound. So it's just like when you're doing the compound interest. This is not just contributes to wealth, but it's also represent a way of thinking and action. All right. So anyway, we'll talk more about that, but I'm just giving you the concept because what we're doing is we're trying to increase our principles, so then use that money to make money for us, basically, just like BlackRock. Now, so how are we going to select a stock? Basically, very simple. There are three guidelines basically, and I will add it to 4. So anyway, blue chip stocks. Only choose the blue chip stock. The shares are a large and reputable company, typically possess a well-known brand and a long-term track records of success operations. Well, anyway, blue chip stocks we have our definition. We do have official definition of that. This is just a simple way of saying that this is something that's reputable. It's been around for a long time. You're talking about Coca-Cola, a lot of people things like that. I'm always looking at banks. I mean, trying to be stable. I'm always going to be looking at banks because they're not going to lose money a lot. So the blue chip stocks is all go for the reputable, the big ones. For me, the large caps, mega caps only. Or the second part is that the selecting company with a competitive advantage the most, right? Is also the important criteria for the stock selection. So maybe they are not mega caps, but you need them to be the leader of that industry, of that sector. All right. So that's why today, all those stocks that I was talking about, they are not only just large caps, they are the leader in that sector. So that's why that we always want to go for those. Also, the growing companies are also the ones that are good choices too. So anyway, but we will have to see. Well, just hear me out, because we have Nvidia, for example. Before like this 2 years, no one really just we don't see it coming, but it's growing. But it's been growing. It's been growing ever since like in the 1999 and like 2000, 2001. Like they've been around. They have been around and they have been just trying to working, and then they have the GPU just became AI. So anyway, so growing company is something that we want to keep an eye on. But of course, so it's all of this here is around your expected rate of return as well. So you want it to be long term, but how long is it going to be, and how much in return? So we have to set it for ourselves. So if we're going to have high returns, then we probably want to find a growing company. However, growing companies, there's one thing that's going to risk is going to be attached to it. Every time when there's a high return, there's going to be a high risk to that. So we kind of have to balance it, all right? Okay, so another way is stay away from the penny stocks. Penny stocks, yes, high risk and high return, but the ratio is not, it just doesn't make sense. And the reason why is a lot of stocks, they are required to be $1. So then if they came down under $1, they're supposed to do like a reverse split or something. Like they have to do a reverse split if they're the reputable ones. But if they got to be penny stocks, then something is wrong already with the company. Something is wrong. That's why it became penny stocks, and no one really cares about it. Penny stocks, yes, the return, like all of a sudden, if they get their operation straight again, then it could go back, but it's very hard when they get to this point. So stay away from penny stocks, especially you are investing. All right, because they're easy to, like, if they got delisted, then you lose everything. So diversified your investment. So diversified investment basically means that you don't want to put all your money in one basket, so you see three baskets. So anyway, so if we do that, diversified investment, just like what we did before, like what we are doing in our portfolio right now, all of our stocks are in different sectors. We have like Microsoft, we have NEM, all the stocks are from different sectors, okay? So that's why if this sector is doing great, well, maybe the other is not doing so great, but it's going to carry on. So anyway, because that's why I was calling this a sector rotation, right? So anyway, so if you have divest enough, then it's going to lower your investment risk, and it's going to capture different market opportunities, smooth out income volatility, and also enhance a long-term return potential and reduce emotional-driven decisions. So anyway, so basically what we're trying to do is trying to have the risk control. So let's see what are the things that we can do to do the risk control. First of all, position management, and we went over that in the in the investment group before. We do it, like, for example, the inverse pyramid, and how are we, for example, we do not want to, like, if we have $100,000, we do not want to invest all $100,000 here. So then we want to, like, maybe set out 10%. That's how we're going to invest. And then if the stock price goes up, what are we going to do? We're going to buy, are we going to sell? Or if it goes down, are we going to buy or are we going to sell? Are we going to average it out, right? So average it down. So we're going to average down the price of the cost of the stocks. So anyway, there's a lot of things that we got to do. So position is extremely important. We can just say I have $100,000 and I will buy 3 stocks and using all the money to buy all them. We cannot do that because we want to have the reserve. Diversify investments, just like we said earlier, maintain a psychological balance. Don't let your emotional take over, start being scared and get away from what you're supposed to be staying for long term. And regular assessments. So we got to know everything about the stocks. We got to do evaluation every day. We've got to check the price, definitely. But the thing is, we are not just checking the price itself. We are going to check the information regarding the company and also the economy as well. So anyway, that's all we have for today. And I know that's a lot of information. And yes, take a screenshot and then you're gonna send it over to to my assistant. All right. So thank you very much for your participation, and also, I appreciate your support. Well, I will talk to you soon again Wednesday. Have a good night.